Those indelible conjoined twins, Abby and Brittany Hensel, who won our hearts and showed us the power of perseverance. Do you remember them? Since their television debut more than 10 years ago, a lot has transpired. Even now, Abby is married and the sisters are both doing great things professionally. Their story never ceases to astonish and inspire. Watching this film will allow us to catch up with them and learn about their journey through love and life's obstacles. In the midst of shocking everyone, Abby and Brittany Hensel's incredible story tests our assumptions about resiliency and human biology. The twins, who were born to carpenter and landscaper Mike Hensel and nurse Patty in Carver County, Minnesota, have overcome physical challenges to lead a life that is equal parts remarkable and unexpectedly ordinary. Abby and Brittany are paraplegic twins, a type of dicephalic twin. Their bodies are bipedal, but are physically united. In addition to having 2 legs and an unusually broad chest, they also have 2 arms. The surgical removal of the tiny, underdeveloped arm that was present between their necks at birth left them with only the shoulder blade. The twins' anatomy is unlike any other. Brittany looks shorter when seated because her head tilts further to the left than Abby's, which causes her to lean somewhat to the right. Similarly, Brittany has a leg that is approximately 2 inches shorter than Abby's, cause her to frequently walk while being on her toes. Because of this, her calf muscle is proportionally bigger than Abby's. The twins encountered several medical obstacles during their growth. Scoliosis was corrected and respiratory difficulties were prevented by expanding their chest cavity after surgery when they were 12 years old. When Brittany stopped growing too soon, doctors had to surgically stop Abby's spine growth as well. Their shared body control mechanism is one of the most interesting parts of their biology. Twins are only able to feel touch on one side of their bodies. This limits their mobility and coordination. Although there is a slight overlap at the midline, it is intriguing to note that only the twin on the other side experiences stomachaches. In spite of all the challenges, Abby and Brittany have become very good at working together. Beyond walking and running, they are also capable swimmers, volleyball players, and bikers. They are quite good at things that involve moving both their hands and legs, including driving a car and typing on a computer. When they attempted to balance on a Segway in their 2012 reality show, it was clear that their height disparity, Abby is 5'A" and Brittany is 4'A". You might be wondering why the parents didn't split the twins up as soon as they were born, but the fact is that they had to make a tough choice. It was quite unlikely that both twins would survive the operation to separate them surgically, according to the doctors. Their parents resolved to keep Abby and Brittany together held firm as they matured and gained independence. They held the view that a twin's quality of life would be diminished if they lived apart, or even if one twin survived. Mike, their dad, was always there to lend a hand and provide practical solutions. With additional pedals and handles, he even fashioned a unique bike just for them. People have to work together to do simple things like tie their shoes or clean their teeth. However, it was fine with the girls. They were laughing and joking while they did these things. By communicating and collaborating, they demonstrated to everyone how difficult tasks might be made easy. A typical childhood was what their parents hoped for. They were cautious to maintain their separation between Brittany and Abby. The mischievous Brittany loved milk. Not only that, they could eat and write independently. Math became a passion of Abby's as they grew older. Arts and English were Brittany's main interests. They may have shared a body, but their parents insisted on everyone knowing they were unique individuals. To further distinguish themselves, they even had unique clothing fashioned with 2 neck openings. "Trust me, we're totally different people," Abby further stated. "I like pink and girly things more," in response to Brittany's statement, a newspaper article. Pink isn't Brittany's favorite color. Each of us gets a turn choosing an outfit. Depending on the day, Brittany or I make the decision. For Abby and Brittany, making friends was a piece of cake. Because they were perpetual optimists, they were well liked by everyone. Similar to other children, they participated in birthday celebrations and sleepovers. Their pals saw that they were unique and welcomed them with open arms. However, there were also times when growing up was challenging. The twins were able to gracefully deal with the occasional nasty comment. They exuded self-assurance while remaining cordial. Their parents instilled in them the values of being open and honest about their situation and the importance of maintaining privacy. Abby and Brittany encountered a distinct obstacle as they approached puberty obtaining their driver's licenses. The law required them to each have their own license, despite the fact that they were required to drive in tandem. As a result, they did not take the driving and writing exams together. While Brittany steers the left side of the vehicle, Abby takes charge of the right. They demonstrate their ability to work together by steering in tandem. After graduating from high school in 2008, the identical twins made the decision to pursue further study. They decided to study education at Bethel University in Arden Hills, Minnesota. They considered branching out into other areas of schooling at first, but ultimately decided it would be too much work. Consequently, they persisted and graduated from BA programs in 2012. In order to emphasize that they are distinct individuals, Abby and Brittany frequently don specially altered garments. 2 individual neck holes are sewn into the tops by an expert sewer. This allows others to recognize them for who they are, rather than merely as twins. They also have a system in place for routine chores. As an example, consider responding to emails. By typing in tandem, they seem to understand one another's thoughts without speaking much. If they are in agreement about something, they will use I when writing it down. They go by their real names when they disagree. Strangers staring at or attempting to photograph Abby and Brittany as they go about their day is something that annoys them greatly. Their privacy is highly appreciated, as well as those who dislike being constantly scrutinized. The twins featured in an interview for a television program when they were 16 years old. They shared aspirations for the future that are common among adolescents. They expressed a desire to go on romantic dates, tie the knot, and start a family in the future. They thought that if they told people their story, maybe they would have a better understanding and be more accepting of them. It took little time for Abby and Brittany to launch their professional lives after completing college. Putting their degrees in education to good use, they entered the teaching profession in 2013. Demonstrating their ability to collaborate in a business context, this was a significant milestone for them. Many media appearances have documented the twins' journey, which has served to inform and inspire audiences all around the globe. When the twins made an appearance on Oprah Winfrey's show in 1996, they shot to fame. Their lives became the subject of widespread fascination when their public appearance brought them to a large audience. Life magazine featured them on its cover that very year. The title, "One Body, Two Souls," sums up their predicament beautifully. The Hensel Summer was an essay that gave readers a look inside their everyday lives. Media coverage helped put a face on their plight by demonstrating that, despite their outward disabilities, these children were otherwise very much like any other. Another profile on their story was published in 1998 by Life magazine. The public's opinion was greatly influenced by their early appearances in the media. Rather than being medical anomalies, they demonstrated that Abby and Brittany were unique individuals with problems, aspirations, and desires. People started caring more about the twins' life as they got older. Conjoined for Life, a documentary that debuted on the Discovery Health Channel in 2002, showed them. The intricacies of their illness and the remarkable adaptations they made to daily duties were better understood by viewers because to this in-depth examination of their life. The following year, Joined at Birth, a documentary that continued the story, delves even farther into their extraordinary circumstances. Abby and Brittany received extensive media attention in 2003. Now that the twins are 11 years old, Time and Life both ran new features on them. A documentary called Conjoined for Life was also created by ABC TV. By following the twins' progress through these mediums, we were able to see how they were adjusting to life as preteens. A 2005 UK television show featuring the twins as part of the Extraordinary People series brought their story to an international audience. This widespread media coverage aided in dispelling myths and increasing understanding about conjoined twins. The public's fascination with Abby and Brittany's life only intensified as they approached puberty. Another docuseries, 2006's Abby and Brittany Turned 16, followed. Getting their driver's licenses, going to school, and hanging out with friends were all part of their adolescent lives that this film explored. The documentary succeeded in making its audience relate to the subjects on a personal level by highlighting these typical adolescent experiences. In 2012, the twins starred in their own Abby and Brittany, which was their most significant media production to that point. Following the twins as they began their first teaching job after graduating from college, the show ran on TLC in the US and BBC in the UK. Their personal stories as young people helped debunk stereotypes and false beliefs about their talents. Abby and Brittany have created a big splash with all these appearances in the media. In doing so, they have contributed to public awareness of conjoined twins, proving that stereotypes are false and that they are capable of living fulfilled lives. But another part of their lives has become so publicized that we can't help but discuss it. The sisters' backstory has recently been in the spotlight due to revelations regarding Abby's private life. Apparently in 2021, Abby, who is currently in her mid-30s, got married to Joshua Bowling. Because of this new information, people are talking about and are even more interested in the twins' life than before. According to Bowling, a nurse and EX-U.S. soldier, who is now a part of the Hensel family's history, the twins reportedly still live in Minnesota, where they worked as fifth-grade teachers. Although the couple has subsequently made their social media profiles private, relatives did post glimpses from the wedding and other family events. Curiously, their family has allegedly grown thanks to their marriage, since Abby is now a stepmother to Bowling's daughter from a prior relationship. The peculiar circumstances of their conjoined status have inevitably attracted attention to this new chapter in their life. As word of the wedding got out online, the twins apparently decided to handle things in their own unique way. Seemingly in reaction to the increased public curiosity, they uploaded a string of movies to various social media sites. There were wedding photos, images of the couple, and statues of joined twins among these postings. Voiceovers and captions in these films gave the impression that they were both happy and frustrated by the public's overly critical attitude toward their position. The media's fixation with Abby Hensel's marriage prompts vital discussions regarding personal space, the role of the state, and how to accommodate people with disabilities. This story has garnered a lot of attention, and historian and bioethicist Alice Drager, who has written a lot about conjoined twins, explains why. The public's interest in conjoined twins is nothing new. As Drager says, our traditional notions of uniqueness and personal identity are called into question by these extraordinary individuals. The majority of people think of a person as existing as an individual inside a body. Abigail and Brittany, on the other hand, are two separate people who happen to share a body. Curiosity is piqued by this seeming mismatch with our conventional understanding of personhood. Although a certain amount of curiosity is understandable, it is essential to know when it becomes an intrusion. Outside of their carefully orchestrated media appearances, the Hensel twins have kept a low profile, which could be a sign that they value their privacy. There are moral questions about overstepping their bounds in light of the recent interest in Abigail's marriage. Expert in media studies Elizabeth L. Sesser notes that it's difficult for people to be curious about the Hensels' love relationships. Inappropriate and disrespectful preoccupation in their private lives is usually the source of this attention. L.O. Permitting the Hensels to direct their own story is crucial, according to Sesser. Their desires, not public interest or curiosity, should dictate how they share details about their life. She suggests putting the twins' needs first and listening to what they have to say, rather than worrying about what other people think. Keep in mind that actual individuals are living their lives behind the scenes of news stories and social media posts. Dredger points out that many sets of conjoined twins have settled into rural areas. A desire for quiet life free from prying eyes is a common motivating factor. The Hensels were lucky to have a welcoming and accepting small-town community where they could flourish as children. Their yearning for adult solitude and normalcy is certainly influenced by this background. Things don't stop, though. The twins and her husband's lives have been under a cloud for some time. New information on Abby Hensel and Joshua Bowling's tale has emerged recently. The public's attention was initially drawn to their 2021 nuptials because of Abby's unusual condition as a conjoined twin, but now it has emerged that Joshua is also dealing with legal issues. A paternity suit was brought against him in October 2023, which is over 2 years subsequent to Joshua and Abby's wedding. The complaint was filed by Joshua's ex-wife, Annika Bowling, and named Gavin Vatnsdal as one of the defendants. The dynamics of Joshua's family and his connections in the past have come under scrutiny due to this court action. New information has emerged in the case that was first filed in a court in Minnesota. A genetic test report was submitted in early March of 2024, according to court records. Many questions remain unsolved, however, because the details of this investigation and its findings are not available to the public. The background of this judicial issue can be better understood by examining Joshua's first marriage. Isabella, his daughter with ex-wife Annika, is 9 years old, and the couple tied the knot in 2010. Isabella is the sole child born to Joshua and Annika during their marriage, according to court filings. They broke up in April 2019 and eventually divorced in 2022. Annika had another child following her divorce from Joshua, which is quite interesting. Now 4 years old, this younger daughter was born in late 2020. The paternity dispute may revolve around this younger child, though the court records don't specifically mention it. Many information, however, remain confidential since the youngster is a juvenile. The existence of Isabella's half-sister is mentioned in the divorce decree dated 2022. It would indicate that Joshua and Isabella have kept up a strong relationship despite these legal issues. There are numerous family portraits of her on social media, and she was there when he married Abby Hensel. Abby and Brittany, Isabella's stepmother and sister, are frequently depicted in these photos embracing the little girl. What makes this family dynamic interesting is how Abby and Brittany Hensel are involved. Adjusting to their new family status, including becoming step-parents, poses particular problems and considerations for the conjoined twins, who have lived their lives in the spotlight. Importantly, we have not been able to get in touch with Joshua, Annika, Gavin Vatnsdal, or the Hensel twins to get their thoughts on this. Many questions remain unsolved and susceptible to conjecture because of their silence. This case study elucidates the complexities of blended families and the difficulties of navigating public perceptions of personal connections. Despite the unavoidable scrutiny of their extraordinary circumstances, Joshua and Abby most likely intend to establish a peaceful life together. An unexpected turn is added to their story by these judicial processes. How this will impact Joshua and Abby's relationship and their ties with extended relatives is an open question as the legal proceedings progress. Protecting the rights and privacy of a minor becomes more important when they are involved in these processes, which adds another layer of complexity. Finally, though, I think we can all agree that the tale of the conjoined twins has served as an inspiration to many. It demonstrates that large obstacles may be surmounted with the help of loved ones and a positive mindset. Being different doesn't mean you can't have a rich life, as Abby and Brittany demonstrated. Something crucial has been imparted to us by the twins. They demonstrated the power of unity, empathy, and humor in overcoming adversity. Their stories serve as a reminder that we are all unique, and it's cause for celebration.